Hello and welcome to traders and investors, and I'm glad to present you the daily market review prepared by analysts and experts from fx.co portal. Here we go. Here is Laurie Bailey with EURUSD currency pair forecast. Let's have a look. In anticipation of today's ECB meeting, the euro has covered the entire range of target levels, nearly 120 points, 1.0788 and 1.0905, with final consolidation near the upper level of this range. Yesterday, the euro closed with a 10-point decline. But since the S&P 500 rose by 1.18%, the European currency is starting to rise this morning. The ECB is expected to cut the rate by 0.25%. Although this cut is anticipated, it is not priced in by the markets. Consequently, we expect a price drop with an attempt to break through the significant support at 1.0788. Consolidation below this level will mark the beginning of a new medium-term trend. However, technical details allow for a significant rise in the euro before it falls. The simplest scenario is reaching the target level of 1.0964, gradually increasing the divergence with the Marlin oscillator. The price might rise even higher to the target range of 1.1001, 1.1010, the peaks of November and December last year. By this time, the S&P 500 index, which has so far prevented the euro from falling, will reach a new historical high around 53.82 at the boundary of the rising price channel and will also form technical divergence. These technical details could have been highlighted during Christine Lagarde's press conference, during which she acknowledged the strength of inflation and indicated a longer than expected period before the second rate cut. The price found support yesterday from the MACD indicator line. It's a blue line on graphic. The Marlin oscillator briefly dipped below the zero line, but has returned to positive territory. We see the traditional false downward movement, consolidating the price below the MACD line, below the 1.0858 mark, will shift the technical indicators towards a decline on the 4-hour chart. We now await the ECB release and subsequent comments from Christine Lagarde. Let's trade with the MACD indicator. It's time for GBPUSD. Jakub Nowak presents. You could also plan to sell the pound today after updating the level of 1.2785, the red line on the chart, leading to a rapid decline in the pair. The key target of sellers will be the 1.2748 level, where you are going to exit sales and immediately open purchases in the opposite direction, counting on a movement of 20-25 points. It is possible to sell the pound only after an unsuccessful consolidation in the area of the daily maximum. Important, before selling, ensure that the MACD indicator is below the zero mark and is just beginning its decline. You could also sell the pound today in case of two consecutive price tests of 1.2806. At that time, MACD indicator should be in the overbought area, as only by that would the market reverse to 1.2785 and 1.2748. You could play to bound the pound today when it reached the entry point in the area of 1.2806 and take profit at the price of 1.2845. In the area of 1.2845, you could exit purchases and open sales in the opposite direction, counting on a movement of 35 points in the opposite direction from the level. It will be possible to count on the pound's growth today only after the positive reaction of the euro to the ECB meeting. Important, before buying, ensure that the MACD indicator is above the zero mark and is just starting to grow from it. You could also plan to buy the pound today in the case of two consecutive price tests of 1.2785 and take profit at 1.2806 and 1.2845 when the MACD indicator will be in an oversold area this time. What about NZDUSD currency pair? Arif Makmur describes. If we look at the 4-hour chart of the NZDUSD commodity currency pair, even though the EMA 50 is still above the 200 EMA Golden Cross, this confirms that the power of buyer still dominates, but with the emergence of a deviation pattern between the price movements. And stochastic oscillator indicator. In the near future, the Kiwi has the potential to be corrected down to 0.6172 as the main target and 61.51 as the next target. But as long as NZDUSD does not break down below the 0.6129 level, the Kiwi has the potential to strengthen it again to the 0.6225 level. That's all for today. See you online soon.